Just Talus. Still at 68%. Still killing it. Oh, I ran out of magic. Die? It seems like a lot of the special effects are like not going through now. Yo, I'm spamming all 3 of these specials to win this. Especially with Happy so low on HP, I refuse to let her die. Dude, there's something about this area that is messing up some of the effects, like they don't look as impressive as usual. It's all getting mixed up. Yo, we should have this if he just dies to 2 more specials. That was 69,000 damage, nice. Some of the fireballs just don't show up. It ends.
I need your strength.
Thank goodness I had all of these specials charged up as well as there was an awakening pot in the other room. You're done.
Abominable creatures, I will give you the burial you deserve!
Look out!
I will not allow you to sully this sacred place!
Then die along with it!
It's gonna fall!
This way!
There's no way they could have survived that.
You sure? One of them can become a dragon.
Well then, just one thing left.
Must we do this now? But I suppose you earned it. Just this once.
Pog moment.
At last, Fódlan has been freed from that which bound it. Today marks a momentous new chapter in its history, and we shall be its authors.
The victors do write the history books.
It is now 1183, Blue Sea Moon. The Empire has freed Garreg Mach and put the Knights of Seiros and those who slither in the dark to rout. Amidst the fighting, Archbishop Rhea and Talus both go missing. With no one to lead, the Central Church's influence wanes, and those who slither in the dark vanish. As the Empire and the Leicester Alliance reaffirm their friendly relations, Edelgard prepares for her final battle with the Kingdom, determined to see her vision made real.
S rank. Rogue? Yeah. That's pretty good. That's it, huh? Hey! They do this at the end of 3 Houses, too, don't they? That's really neat. I like this. Oh, man. Chapter 3 A rank. What does Dorothea have her, like, pre-time skip at? Oh, that's Chapter 3. That would be pre-time skip. Yeah, I guess that's the end of the game. A little rushed at the end. That big final fight with Talus and Rhea was really good, and that explosion with them at the end, neat stuff. I did like that. I do kind of feel like it's a bit of a whiff on the game's part not to have, like, anywhere from 2 to 4 more chapters of taking over the kingdom and the alliance and, like, bringing Fódlan fully united and all, like how they do in 3 Houses. Also, I'm honestly a little disappointed that Claude just stayed our friends the whole time. That's not very Claude-like at all. My man should have, like, there should have been something that happened that turned us against him, and then we would have taken over the alliance and taken over the kingdom, like how it is in 3 Houses, where you take control of all of Fódlan. It kind of feels like this game has the same problem that 3 Houses does, where, at least in the Black Eagles route, I don't know how the other routes go, where the Black Eagles route kind of feels like, it should have gone another, like, 2 or 3 chapters to wrap some more stuff up and kind of tie up the story a lot neater than how they tied it up right there. Definitely could have tied it up a lot nicer overall. Apparently, chat is saying Claude betrays me if I don't recruit Byleth, but I really think that it would have just been more in nature for Claude. He should have betrayed me either way. And also, they do the exact same thing at the end of this that they did at the end of Black Eagles and 3 Houses, where you beat Rhea and all, and then it's like, oh, well, now you have to go beat those who slither in the dark, right? And then it's like, nah, she does that off screen. Don't worry. We could have had, like, 2 more chapters of that in the game, but we didn't. For stupid reasons. And then in this game, they do the same thing, except instead of those who slithers, it's the Kingdom of Fargus. They could have easily had, like, 2 more chapters of us having to go and conquer the kingdom and defeat Dimitri and all. But they just didn't for some reason. They're just like, yeah, don't worry about it. But, yeah, I mean, overall, I still really loved it, and I like the overall, like, I like the overall storyline that this game followed more than 3 Houses does in terms of the layout of it all. I really appreciate going straight into the war instead of having, like, in 3 Houses, you have the 12 chapters of, like, student life and then, like, anywhere from 6 to 10 more chapters of the war, depending on what route you're on. I much prefer just going straight into the war, to be honest. So I like the overall flow of this story and setup. Yo, look at Shamir killing it. I like that more than I do 3 Houses story, but I do feel like they kind of stumbled at the end a little bit. They should have had like 2 or 3 more chapters of really uniting Fódlan, and then honestly, I think beating Talus and Rhea there was good and climactic and fine, but they should have then had like the end of the story be defeating Dimitri and taking over the kingdom. Honestly, I think that would have been better. But overall, still amazing game. Really, really fun. Great characters, just enjoyable time overall. I do feel like they stilted the ending a little bit, could have done a little bit better with it, and like, more with Epimendis and Arval, like, I still don't fully understand what all went down with them, why he existed, and why that went the way it did. There could have been more on that. They could have even had it where the final chapter was having to beat Epimendis again and, like, give a deep look into him. So, I do wish that they had, I do feel like they stumbled the ending of the game a little bit, but overall, still very enjoyable. That is true. This way, Felix, Claude, and Hilda all live, so regardless of whatever they might say at the end of the game here, I choose to believe that Dorothea went on to marry Felix down the route somewhere. I'm gonna fast forward a bit here. Yo, Yuri, didn't use Yuri much, but he was fun. I never even used the dancer class. Whenever I play another route, I'll have to really make sure to go out of my way to get a dancer. But, overall, very fun game, very enjoyable, loved it. I love the 3 Houses casts. Characters are so good. You can tell at about chapter 13, I started to really hit my groove, characters got high enough level, and I was much more like, we're getting S ranks now. An occasional paralog makes me miss it with an A rank, but still. Really, overall, really great stuff, really fun game. I look forward to getting to play the other 2 routes down the road, whether I get to do it on the channel or on my own time, hopefully on the channel. Rogue achieved victory and has received a letter from Byleth. Now, is this because I gave Byleth the Merc Whistle, or is this just because it's Byleth? Felix shanks Dimitri in the post-story, hands the kingdom over to the Empire, and marries Dorothea like a Chad. I love that comment. Chad is saying this is because of the Merc Whistle.
It wasn't long ago that people knew me only as the Ashen Demon and looked at me with dread. But thanks to you, I now find myself surrounded by friends with whom I share a common cause. Was I right to go down this path? I can't say, but I see a glimmer of hope at the end of it, and that's more than enough reason to forge on.
That was nice. I liked that. Ah, here are the actual credits. Okay. Hopefully I don't get hit with copyright here. I don't know what kind of music they're going to start playing. Oh, this is all the crests. Very nice. Very nice. Yo, shout out to Chinatsu Kurahana, main character designer. Shout out to you. Great work. So it looks like there isn't any kind of romance setup in Three Hopes, which is, you know, that's fine. Kind of understandable. I would rather there be a romance thing than not, but still pretty good. It's not like a huge deal. You can headcanon whatever you want this way. Yeah, but imagine if they actually just had romances in and you got to pick anyway. Then you can like super headcanon it, you know? But yeah, overall, I do feel like they missed out on some stuff, but I feel like Three Houses did the same thing. I'm starting to think it's just a Fire Emblem thing, where they kind of like, they get so much lore set up and they have so much story available that they end up kind of dropping the ball on some of it. Also, why did those who slither in the dark never use their orbital death satellite? They never shot that bad boy a single time. What were they thinking? But overall, still, really great game, really enjoyable. I loved it a lot. It was just a lot of fun. The characters are really interesting and really great. And, oh my goodness, did they do a high five at the start of the game? I totally forgot about that. Oh, I'm so glad they showed me that scene. I totally forgot that in, like, Chapter 5, Rogue is like, yo, high five, and then Edelgard is like, I'm sorry, what? And then they high five at the end after beating Talus and Rhea. That's so good. I actually love that. That's amazing. That's so good. Oh, I loved that cutscene. That was one of the best cutscenes in the game right there, when Shamir tried to assassinate Edelgard. Great stuff. Shout out to Hubert, by the way. Like, I never disliked Hubert, but I liked him. Like, he was on the lower end of my Black Eagles rankings. He might still be on the lower end, but, like, I enjoyed him so much more in this game than in Three Houses. Great stuff. Also, that scene with Ferdinand and his dad was raw. That was so good. But yeah, you know, I have some complaints. Definitely, I feel like they dropped the ball a little bit at the end of the game. They could have done more. They could have fleshed it out a bit better. I would have liked it if they had the same thing in Three Houses where, like, it shows you all the characters that ended up together, especially if they had given me the option to pair off the characters as I wanted instead of it being just based on affinity. But that's not really a huge deal breaker. Chapter 10 was presented really poorly, and I wish it had been presented better. And that's pretty much all of the complaints I have. Everything else about the game, like, chef's kiss. Top tier. Just really, really great and enjoyable. Loved it a lot. Great stuff. Great stuff. Really, really enjoyable game. Great characters. Good story. Just a fun time all around. Good stuff. But, I don't really have anything else to say. Basically an 8.5 out of 10. You know, definitely no less than an 8 out of 10. No less than an 8 out of 10, no more than a 9 out of 10, so 8.5 is probably fair. I don't know, I kind of got to sit on it a little while. I got to play the other routes to have, like, a full rating, but around 8 out of 10 sounds very fair. Fuse this route with Crimson Flower of Three Houses, you got an ideal Edelgard route that wraps up everything. Fusing them together would take a lot of brain work, but sure. I didn't end up using all my stat boosting items, but at least I used some of them. I didn't expect to hit the end of the game so quick, so it was kind of like, you know, what are you gonna do? But still, good game. Really good game. Kind of just waiting for the credits to wrap up now. Given that they're showing us scenes through the game and it's at the end right now, I imagine we don't have much more. Yeah, getting that high five at the end when Edelgard didn't do the high five like 2 years ago or whatever is so good. I love that. Really good stuff. I love this credit scene. It looks really nice. Really great stuff. Bum, 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 bum. But anyways, yeah, 3 hopes. Really good game. Highly recommend. Heavily recommend. What do we have here? I think this is the title screen. I believe this is where the title screen is normally at. Also, they never told us what happened to Arval, like, at all. But I don't think they ever tell you what really happened to Sothis either. So, in 3 Houses. I think that's just what Fire Emblem does. 3 Houses especially. They kind of just leave some stuff hanging sometimes. Which I wish they wouldn't, but what are you going to do? Unlockable units have been added to this save data's renown exchange. Sure, whatever those words mean. New equipment has been added to this save data's renown exchange. Whatever that means. Whatever that means. The Vanguard whistle has been added to... Yeah, whatever that means. Use it to instantly capture a region? Lame. Fight, cowards. I unlocked Maddening. When starting a new game, you can carry over content from the save data of a finished playthrough if one exists. You can choose... Well, I like how it says if one exists when you only unlock this little tutorial when you finish a game. When starting a new game, you can carry over content from the save, yada yada. You can choose whether to import a unit's levels on a per-unit basis. Support levels can only be imported as a batch for all units, excluding Merc Whistle. Other data, such as items, gold, and class level, will be imported automatically. If you select a finished playthrough using the continue option, you will start just before the final battle. Warrior of the Scarlet Blaze. There you have it. Fire Emblem Warriors 3 Hopes. Did the Black Eagles route. Good stuff. Good stuff. Very fun. Oh, now it's got Edelgard's axe. That's so good. I hope that as you finish every route, it adds, like, Claude's bow and Dimitri's lance. I bet it does. That would be so good. You know what would be even better if like, after you do all 3, it adds Byleth's, like, Sword of the Creator or something. We didn't get the Sword of the Creator. I wonder if there's some way to get it, or if it's just not in the game, or maybe it'll be a DLC thing later. I don't know. I guess we'll find out as I play future routes, won't we? But, yeah, good stuff, good stuff. Fire Emblem Warriors 3 Hopes, really good game. Really good. All right, people in chat immediately telling me how to get it, even though I just said I'd find out in future routes. Thanks, chat. So, Sword of the Creator is in the thing. But, yeah, you guys, thanks for the spoilers. This is what happens when I don't have mods. Enjoy last-minute timeouts. But, yeah, good stuff. Really good stuff. I do hope to do the other routes in the future. About 60 hours. I imagine the other routes are about a similar length. Pretty rough to go, pretty rough to fit that into my schedule, but very fun, I'm sure. I definitely want to, at minimum, I want to do Golden Deer on the channel, and hopefully I'll do Blue Lions as well, because Blue Lions is my least favorite house, but I want to give it a fair shake, especially in this game. But, and I still want to do a 3 Houses Black Eagles route on the channel at some point. But, yeah, good stuff. Hopefully, somewhere down the line, I'll be able to do Golden Deer and then maybe even Blue Lions, but I have a lot of games coming up, so I'm not going to have time for it. I didn't expect to finish the game today, but there you have it. We're done with it. What was I going to say? I was going to say something else, but, yeah, hopefully I'll get to play the other routes on the channel down the line. Fingers crossed I'll be able to pull that off at some point. But I know I'm going to be booked with games for a while. I'm actually, like, I wasn't expecting to finish the game today, but it does fit my schedule really nicely. I don't know what I'm going to stream on Wednesday, but now with this done, I can put all of my focus on Survive and Xenoblade 3 and hopefully finish one of them before Soul Hackers 2 comes out next month. So we'll see how that all plays out. But Fire Emblem Warriors 3 Hopes, there you have it. If you're watching on YouTube and you want to catch streams live, whether they're future 3 Hopes playthroughs or maybe some other 3 Houses stuff or future Fire Emblem games maybe even, I've gone on record, I don't like Awakening and Conquest, so I don't think I'm much of a Fire Emblem fan in general. I just really like 3 Houses and now 3 Hopes as well. But, you know, they make another mainline Fire Emblem game. If it's more akin to 3 Houses, maybe I'll give it a try. But, yeah, if you want to catch any future playthroughs live, link to my Twitch channel description. I'd love to see you there. or keep watching on YouTube. I appreciate support either way, and I hope to see you in future playthroughs, whether they be Fire Emblem related or not. And until that time, farewell.